Happy birthday, Fincest. May all your dreams come true. Happy birthday, Fincest. You're 2 + 2 + 2. Because it's her 6th birthday. I'm kind of like, what's his name? Not Bach, the other guy. I don't know.
Mozart?
Yes, thank you. Or was he the one that was recent? One of these dudes I thought was like 500 years old, and he died in like 1940. So that really fucked me up when I found that out.
I don't think that was Mozart.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I know I haven't had all my coffee yet, but...
Okay, he died in 1791. I was close.
Not really.
Hey, it's Mark.
And Ashley.
This is our podcast.
And we have
no
idea
what the F we're doing.
Clearly. So follow along while we try to figure out what it is that we're doing.
Or die trying.
This is What the F Are We Doing?
The podcast. Hi, I'm Mark. I'm 15.
You do look 15. I'm not even gonna lie.
All of my age was in my beard. And I fucked it up. I put on makeup just for you. Actually, it's because I shaved everything and I didn't realize I had a pimple like right here.
Of course.
And it's like super red and I was like, that's not gonna work. I don't know what the hell I used. I don't know if it's the right color. I don't know anything about anything.
I can't even know. I didn't know, so.
Like it's skin tone-ish.
Sure.
Just gonna rub it on my lip. Hope for the best. Why does it look like I have a lazy eye? Sorry. Do you see it? If this one's not opening. And this eyebrow is higher and I don't know what's going on.
I don't think that's called a lazy eye. I think that's just that's how your eyes are. Because your eyes always look like that.
Yeah, but like this one is even more.
Oh, so I have a listener question for you.
For me?
Why don't you write guy on guy?
So, two things. One, I had like a whole website like in high school, like 100,000 hits, like big.
Wait, was this before we were friends?
No, this was after.
I
didn't tell anybody. It was like
I was gonna say I did not know about this.
Very bad. It was like celeb fan fiction, like all kinds of.
Of course it was.
Some of it, and I wrote some that were. No, this was before. This was before your friends, because this was when I was still at St. X. Because I remember I modeled one of the characters after my friend and the straight guy he had a crush on, and they died. Not in real life.
That just took a really dark turn.
And then they died. And that's our podcast. Thanks for coming. And so, anywho, it had like 100,000 views. And then my mom found it. And then it had to go bye-bye.
Shut up. How did I find it? And your mom wanted to still think that you were straight?
I don't make the rules.
Your mom still wanted to think that we were dating somehow?
Anybody want to hear a story?
Senior year prom was interesting.
We were talking about it in our group chat. We
didn't talk about prom.
Yeah, we did, because we talked about Hutch.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, Ashley was my date. She was very beautiful.
I was your date because your mom thought we were together and she bought my prom ticket before I could buy. She's like, oh, Mark, go buy Ashley's prom ticket. It's like,
You're like, I'll save $40. Why not?
I was like, you know what? Cool. I'm gonna let her buy it. We're not together, but okay. I remember the person at the window looking at you like, why are you buying her prom ticket?
You know me too.
Fun times. And then everybody was like, Mark, Ashley, move closer. And we were like, we're not together.
Do you remember? So, who was in our group? I remember. So, like, we did like a guy's
I have
picture,
a picture.
and we did like the James Bond thing.
Yeah.
We were so cool.
Sure. I just remember.
My future ex was in that picture, so that was exciting.
Yeah. I also remember a lot of people hated me over him. Do you remember that? Like, that whole group hated me because of him. It's fine. Whatever. I don't really give a shit. Well, then we got to prom, and we met Devin, and
I swear those pictures were at Devin's house, or was that homecoming?
no, those pictures were at Morgan's house. Homecoming was at Devin's. Yeah. So then we met up with Devin at prom. And then
I thought Devin didn't go to prom. I thought she only went to after prom for some reason.
she went. No, I remember because we had that picture taken together where we were hugging when she got there from prom. You don't remember that? That's fine. Whatever.
It's fine.
Do you remember my ex throwing ice cubes down my chest
At
during
prom?
prom? Yeah.
Where the fuck was I?
I actually don't remember. It was when I was sitting over at the tables, like close to the end of prom.
Oh, this was
And
before my anxiety got really bad, so I was probably still dancing.
probably. And I was sitting there I think I was actually talking to Devin. All of a sudden, I just feel this cold thing going down my chest. And I was like, what is that? And I look up and he's over there throwing ice cubes at me. And I was like, can I help you? Hello? What do you want? With his girlfriend sitting right there.
Mess.
that that whole thing is just a mess.
While our religion teacher is spinning like random like acid trip in the desert EDM music.
Okay, but he's literally one of the coolest people I've ever met.
Yes, but it was a terrible choice for a DJ. He doesn't have YouTube. Can't go get Avril Lavigne and Katy Perry, whatever the hell was
Think
hot.
about our principal at the time. Our principal didn't want to pay for anything, and she sure as hell did not want us. She wanted 10 feet for the Holy Spirit, not 3 feet. She wanted 10 feet.
But do you remember? It was homecoming the same year. They played that Avril Lavigne song, and they tried to censor it, and we were like, no.
Which one?
That Here's the Never Growing Up one.
Oh, yeah. I do remember this.
The DJ was like, we're censoring it. We're like, we're not.
We're like, oh, okay, well, we're not going to.
Good luck kicking us all out, so.
Yeah, right. Do you remember when we went to after prom, though, and they wouldn't let us leave? We tried.
We tried.
We tried.
I just want a pancake.
And they wouldn't let us out. And they were like, you can't leave until this certain time. And I was like, why?
You can't leave until you suck my ass.
I was like, I just want to leave. I didn't want to be here in the first place.
I only came because it was paid for.
Yeah. I didn't want to go to after prom. It wasn't even that fun.
The one, I think I went junior year. I don't know if you went junior year.
I didn't go.
It was fun. They had like jousting and all kinds of like you would have enjoyed it. And then I feel like the year you went, it was like.
It was pretty bad.
They're like, let's have arts and crafts. Let's have
Yeah.
not.
Yeah. Everybody at the end of the night was so over it. We were all sitting in the gym just counting down the minutes until we could leave.
Was
And then
that?
we went to IHOP.
It was either it was. There's my next movie idea: Escape from Prom. A harrowing
need
tale about. I don't fucking
something.
know. Something. Had a thought,
Something. Had
didn't follow through.
You know, it could work. What was that?
Oh
God
my
help
god.
me.
Okay.
So, like, what do you do to stay motivated?
I'm gonna keep going back to 2016 a lot just because I feel like it was both the worst time in my life, but also like when I look back, it was almost my most creative. And I think it's because like I was forcing myself. I was stuck in my bed so much that I was like, you have to get up or you're not going to make it. And so, like, I got a camera for Christmas and I was like, take a picture. It doesn't matter what it is. I would set up on my tripod. I'd take pictures of myself. I would write around the picture. And a lot of times, like, and you know this, like, writer's block is a bitch. And trying to get around it is awful.
I have it right now. Like, and I can't. Oh my God, it's so bad because it's like I told, like, one of my things is to write 2,000 words a day, and I'm like, I can't even get out 5. Like,
Yes. And I think one thing that helps me is because I'm not like just novels. Like I do a lot of poetry and song lyrics too. It's like I'll put on a song and I'll start writing the lyrics like word for word what they actually are. And then I'll just deviate. And like I'll start by writing like based off those lyrics. I'm kind of like sampling the song and then I'll just go. Turn off the song and I'm like, okay, I'm going to keep running with what I started writing and see where it goes. And another thing I think that helps is just I use post-it notes. So I will just write random words. I don't care what they are. And I will like put them on the wall in front of my computer. Yes. And then like I'll just piece them together. I'll see like what looks good together. And then it kind of like because the brain's a muscle. Like if you start using it and you start warming it up, like even if it's not working when you start, it'll kick in eventually.
yeah, I mean, you have to exercise it. If you're not constantly,
Yeah.
like any other muscle, if you don't use it, you know, I mean, but like, same. I have so many post-it notes here that are just like, they're also covered in cat hair on the sticky side, but like just like random things that I think about or that I hear, like when I'm listening to like videos and stuff, like, and I'm like, oh crap, I can't find my journal.
Yeah.
I pull out I have so many post-it notes just like randomly. I'll find them like thrown in my desk occasionally and I'm like, what is this?
Oh my gosh.
Oh
I cleaned my room recently and I have like random scrap paper just everywhere. Like, oh, a couple lines of a song here, a couple lines of a poem here. Oh, here's a story idea I wrote in like 2015 that I
yeah,
never
same.
comes out later.
I have a couple of those and then I find them and I'm like, oh wow, this actually would have been a really good idea. Why didn't I ever do anything with this?
Right.
Yeah.
And just back to motivation. So like it is weird because like 2016, 2017, I was like super, super depressed and I was writing all the time. And then 2018, 2019, beginning of 2020, before Corona, I had a 9-to-5 job and like my inspiration was dead. Like I was not writing as much, I was not dancing as much. And I think it's because
I
I
mean,
am
I will say having a job like that, same with mine, it's hard to stay motivated. Even when you are motivating yourself, it's still hard to stay motivated to
how'd
do
you do
what
it
you
though?
love. How did I do it?
Or did you do it? Like were you
No, I
I
didn't.
I did not. Like
I didn't.
occasionally
I literally why do you think that I was stressed out all the like I was about to be hospitalized. Literally, when I left, I was days away from being hospitalized. Like I was physically ill going into work. Like I couldn't do it. I was so stressed out, so overworked, so just couldn't do it anymore. I didn't have time for me. I didn't have time for anything. I mean, to be able to go out and on a date with, with Erickson it was literally very hard. To do it was like I had like this little itty bitty time slot to make it work, and if it didn't happen, it wasn't happening. I'd go to the gym every once in a while, but it was every once in a while, and it was because I didn't have the time.
Yeah.
So like I didn't have time to do I know, you just see Cupcake in the background.
If you're listening on something and you're not watching the video on YouTube, this cat, this like
Peeked her head up.
it was kind of like going back to the strangers, but like less scary. It was really cute, but it was like watching like a groundhog just like slowly emerge from the ground, like behind Ashley's shoulder. It's just like a Jack in the Box in slow motion.
Her smushed face when she wakes up, because she does this weird smushed face thing when she first wakes up. Yeah. But it was hard to find time to do anything. So like I was stressed out all the time. My anxiety was like, I didn't even think I had anxiety. I mean, I knew I had a little bit, but like I didn't like it.
And that's what's isn't it crazy though? Because
out
like
of nowhere, like
you didn't notice it because it was your baseline, right?
Yeah. And then I gained a bunch of weight. Like I used to be skinny. Even when I wasn't skinny, I was still like skinny. And skinny isn't even the right word. I have an athletic build normally because I played a bunch of sports when I was younger and worked out all the time. So I'm in a place right now where it's like, I've never been like this. Part of it is also on my husband, because he'd be like, when we first got together, he'd be like, let's go eat at 2:00 in the morning. And I was like, let's not, but sure. Okay. Why? Because I was trying to, this is the only time I had to get to know him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as a significant other, not as a friend.
Yeah.
So, I mean, so it's like a lot on me, but also it's also partly on him.
Yeah.
I blame him for part of it too. That happy weight that they talk about is real. And even now sometimes finding the motivation is kind of hard.
See, I think I'm the opposite. Like when I was working, like aside from like not having any creative motivation, I tried going to the gym and I didn't enjoy it just because like I worked 45-50 minutes from home with traffic. So sometimes I wasn't gonna have to work till 5:30 or 6.
Or longer. I mean, that traffic gets real bad.
And so like by the time I get home at 7, eat a like small like granola bar or something just so I have something in my stomach, let it digest, go to the gym, work out, come home, like it's time to go to bed so I can wake up early to get to work again. So like my whole life was work, gym, and I'm in the car. Like that was it.
Yeah.
And so I stopped going to the gym just because I'm like, I'm wasting other time that I could be just relaxing.
Well, that was the other thing, is I wasn't even eating. Like, I mean, I still don't really eat too much, but like I was barely eating. And then the times when I did eat, I would eat so much to make up for when I wasn't eating. So that it's just a terrible, vicious cycle of just like trying to do what I'm supposed to do, but also work and make sure I'm doing a good job. And, it just, but I mean, now it's so much easier for me to stay motivated. I mean, it's still hard. There are still times when I'm like, I don't want to do anything today. I don't want to do anything. Just want to lay on my couch and cuddle my cats and my husband when he comes home. But that's like it. But I mean, getting up, I've been making myself, except for today, I did not get up as early as I wanted to. But I've been making myself, get up in the morning, make my coffee, do my journaling. I meditate every morning, talk out loud to myself. As crazy as I am, it's fine. And I mean, that does kind of help me like get going for the day. So it's like my mind is like, oh, okay, this means that it's time to like, get to work and get things done. It's like yesterday, I had everything I needed to do for the day done by 1:30 in the afternoon.
No. Like, I'm really proud of you, but I'm a natural night owl. And now, because I'm not currently working 9 to 5, I don't know when or if I'll return to that.
You know
But
what,
like
though? We both are. Because, like, back in high school, you and I were always up, and we were the only two, and everybody was like, why don't you go to sleep? And it's like, I'm not tired. I'm a
right.
night owl. That's the thing, though, is I'm still a night owl, but I'm trying to make myself become a morning person, even though I hate the morning.
My problem is I don't want to, just because I was a morning person. Like, when I was working 9 to 5, I was a morning person, and I'm not.
I mean, I used to go to
creative.
work at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning every day.
Yeah.
Like, and that means I had to be up by 3 a.m. So it's like, my body is like, you've been there, done that. We're not doing this anymore.
Yeah. See, I think I'm even like during this time off, like even if I wake up early, I'm not creative until night. Like, I believe wholeheartedly, like, in the moon and its effects on the person and the mind and the soul. Like, when the moon is like visible and out there and you can see it, like, I thrive creatively.
I definitely
So
think you and I are those kind of people where it's like that creative bone, we'll just call it a bone, works better at night. Like,
yes,
I am definitely more creative at night. But I feel like I'm more creative
productive.
isn't the word. I do more of like the work aspect when it's daytime, and then that creativity is more at nighttime. So it's like weird where a lot of these like motivated people or like really successful people, they're like, oh, you need to do it all in the morning during the day, and I'm like, that's great, but that is not how I work. That is
Right.
not how I operate. So it's like, and they'll be like, oh, well, if you just do it, then it'll become natural. And I'm like, that's you can't say that for everybody, because that's
Right.
not how it works. What are your like goals or dreams that you're like currently like, if you had to pick like 5, what are they?
I finish. I want to say all of Candy Corn, because it, depending on how long it is, it might be multiple books, and I might try to put it into one like big one. I haven't decided, but I just want to finish that story arc, however long it is, however many pages. Like, I just want to, because I know how it goes in my head. I want to finally have it like,
Well, you also kind of already have most of it kind of laid out too. You just have to
yeah,
like put it
flesh it out.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's goal 1. Goal 2, I want to publish some of my poetry, because like I'm always putting it like on Instagram. I want to actually like,
You should like put it all together and then do like a self-publish on Amazon.
so that's 2. I want to make a short film, and it's not like, I mean, like 8 minutes, 10 minutes. Doesn't have to be long. Doesn't have to be a big cast. I just want to do it just so I can work like that part of my creativity again, because I feel like it's something I haven't done for a long time. And it's short. Like, it's something that's manageable. It's not a feature film. It's not going to be 10 or 12 people. I'm fine with like working for a while on it, but I just want to like do it. So that's 3. Finding a job, maybe like a little bit more flexible, or even if it's not flexible, just like different hours, just because, like, I don't hate my work at the bank. I think it's honestly is just the hours, which is what I thought I was going to love, because I was like, oh, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, some Saturdays, like that leaves my weekends open. I can do whatever I want. Except I feel like it killed my personality a lot, like as a creative person, because I was so exhausted from putting myself in a box in the shirt and tie. I didn't utilize the time that I had anyway.
Well, I feel like that's actually what happens to a lot of people. Is they're like, oh, 9 to 5, that's gonna be great. Oh, I don't have to work the weekends. That's even better. But then they get into it and then they're just like stuck.
And I think some people can do it. Like, I have friends that work 9 to 5, and then they are out Friday night and Saturday night, and they are having mimosas at brunch on Sunday, and they're living their life. And I can't. Probably a lot of it is my anxiety, because I'm working in a customer facing position that is sales that I don't enjoy and I'm not good at. So like I'm working my brain 9 to 5.
Well, I also feel like as much time, I think people need, like, except there are some people who like having face to face all the time, but like people like us, it's like we have a certain limit of like how
Yes.
much FaceTime and interaction we have with other people, and then like I'm
Yes.
done.
I
Like,
need me time
yeah.
badly. What would I should have been more prepared, y'all. I woke up, I ate cereal, drank my coffee, and then I hopped on. Oh my god. What have I said so far? Do we have a list?
I didn't write it down.
Oh, candy corn, publish poetry, short film, find a job with more reasonable hours, or at least something less taxing on my mind. And number 5,
You don't have to have 5. If you don't have 5, if you only have 4,
oh,
that's fine too. I was just saying if you had 5.
exploring like the dance fitness possibility.
Yeah.
Even
See,
if it's just like
because
doing a video and throwing it out there.
mine is, these are all of mine.
Ma'am.
It's a long list. But I keep it to 5 at a time. It's one of these things that like I learned from Rachel Hollis, which I love her. She's great. But she's like, you can only really work towards one thing at a time. She's like, yeah, you could do, obviously you're going to do more than just one thing. But like when you try to extend your energy to a million different things, you're never going to actually finish anything. So I usually pick like 5 to focus on, and then I just like replace it as I do it.
So what's your current 5?
So it was, I write it in past tense as if it's already been done. It was, I wrote a book. I crossed that one off, and I published a book. So I'm gonna start that process soon. I'm letting it rest because I feel like I need to let it sit there so that when I go back to it, I'm not super like fresh on it.
Yeah.
So I can edit it properly. And number 2 is I was on the Bellas podcast because I want to be on the Bellas podcast real bad. I mean, I know we have our podcast, but like,
Right.
so I want that. I am a double diamond. Is what I'm working towards right now in my business. I lost 75 pounds. And then I no longer live in Chicago. I need to get out. Like I said the last time, I've been trying to get out of here since I got here.
Fair.
So, soon. It was supposed to happen after college graduation. And then I met my husband. And then it was always going to be the end of last year. And then I left my job and screwed that whole plan up. But now I look back and I'm like, okay, like
It was a healthy choice.
well, yeah, it was a healthy choice. But I'm also kind of glad that we didn't move yet because of all of this going on. So yeah, eventually it'll happen.
It's time for random AF.
Now that I have my wine, I'm ready for some of these questions.
Would you rather have your name tattooed on your forehead or have no front teeth? Dun, dun, dun. Oh.
I don't know. I guess I'd rather have my name tattooed on my forehead because I can get bangs and cover it, but like I need my teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I think when I first saw this question, I was like, oh, I'll do no teeth because I can get veneers. But then I remembered you have to have something to put the veneers on, so that wouldn't work. So I'm going to do tattoo on my forehead because I normally have my hair on my forehead anyway. And if I wear a hat, I can just like put something on to cover it up.
True. You can also kind of put a little bit of makeup on there.
That's what I meant.
Would you rather live in a world where you have to dance instead of walk or sing instead of talk?
I think the world would not want me to sing everything that I had to say. So
I think the world doesn't want to hear your stomach either.
she's back. I would say, I mean, I kind of dance everywhere anyway. You've been to Walmart with me. Like, it just happens. So it wouldn't really be any different for me if I danced everywhere instead of walking
You're
everywhere.
kind of like my cousin's husband with the dancers. You haven't met them.
Mark.
Yeah, or have you met them?
I stayed in their apartment, but I didn't meet them.
Right. Yeah, that one time you came up. Yeah. So you're kind of like Mark. That Mark and Mark. But literally he dances everywhere he goes. This is hard for me because I am a terrible dancer. I used to dance, I guess I would say dance just because I'm really weird about people hearing me sing.
But also, I think you can sing. So I would say that one.
Right. But I don't. So I just got really self-conscious about it. So
Yeah. Well, fuck that man.
Oh yeah, you're talking about music teacher from from one of the elementary schools I went to
One of the like 17.
literally failed me on a singing quiz, and I was in his vocal ensemble, like, and not just like choir, but like vocal ensemble where we did like competitions, and like you don't just get to go in unless you can sing. And I was like, how are you gonna fail me right now? What? Anyway.
So if you're listening, Mr. Vocal Teacher, fuck you.
It was so funny. I love that like Hannah and Heather had no idea. Like, well, Heather, because he loved Heather. And like he did. He loved Heather. And I was like, really? He
That's my friend.
Yeah, I was like, I'm friends with what? I don't know. He hated me, but whatever.
Would you rather send a dirty picture to your daddy or to your boss?
My boss.
100% same.
100% my boss. Swallow or spit?
Swallow.
Yeah, I'm kind of both. I mean, it depends. Because like, okay, so sometimes, well, let's back it up. Let's be honest here. I rewind again. I am actually not a huge fan of giving blowjobs, like, at all. Warning if you're listening and not of age.
Not suitable for work, warning.
Right.
No.
I am not a huge fan, but I will do it occasionally. But I have to say 95% of the time I'm a swallow. There's only been like one time that I was like, ugh.
Where the hell are we?
Number 5.
Oh. What is your favorite drunk story?
All of my favorite drunk stories include you.
In your head, zombie. This is what happens when we record at night. Like, this is what...
Okay, so one of my favorite drunk stories is actually my birthday. My was that my 22nd birthday when you came in town and we went to
Yes.
Kaleo. And we didn't really so much get drunk the day before my birthday, but the night of my day of my birthday, actually, like we were pretty drunk like all day.
Oh my God.
All day long.
All day.
Yeah. And then we actually weren't too bad until we went to that bar that was across the street from the venue.
Okay.
You guys told them you told the bartender it was my birthday. And so he gave us a bunch of shots and just
For free.
yeah, for free. Like, but I think also because we had already spent some money over there.
We were all
So he
getting
was
this
like,
place.
the green room tap.
Green Room Tap Chicago on South Allport Street.
Yeah. It's great bar.
Great people.
Great people. So he kept giving us shots, and then we went to go line up so that we could be the first ones in the door. And we're sitting there, and we are just like gone.
First of all,
drunk.
it is 5 o'clock in the afternoon. The doors to the concert don't open until 9 p.m. Okay. And we're just shit-faced, inebriated, standing by these bushes in front of this concert venue. No one else is there. I don't think the band was there yet. Like,
no, they were. Remember, because we saw two of their girlfriends in the bar.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. So
I obviously I was drunker than you.
Well, because I have a pretty high tolerance. So I wasn't quite there yet. It was those shots. And that's normally what gets me anyway, is doing shots. Shots is always what messes me up.
You're welcome.
So we're sitting there, and then we all start to get hungry. And we're like, well, we could go across the street. But then you and Megan go to get pizza. And you come back with pizza. And
I still have the alarm in my phone.
Pizza and breadsticks. Yeah. And we just are snacking, sitting down on the sidewalk, first in line to get into this concert. And we made friends with other people in line because we were like, you want some pizza? Here you go. The other one was New Year's of 2019. Literally. And the thing is we weren't even that drunk leaving the bar.
It's when we got back to the hotel.
Yes, when we got back to the hotel, we were just shit-faced in the lobby. But at least we were in the lobby, so we were safe.
We were loud enough to wake up the whole hotel.
But the front desk didn't care. Well, actually, those other people were louder than we were.
They were.
And then we became loud when they joined us, and then they left.
When like the 50-year-old woman heard us playing Cards Against Humanity, she's like, I want in on this dirty game. I'm like, okay.
And then those were like two very good drunk stories. Like, or when I got shit-faced with Brie in Arizona. That was pretty good. We definitely were Brie mode. I was actually okay until Nikki was like, here, take a shot. And I was like, I don't know, Nicole. I don't think this is a good idea. She's like, I want to take a shot with you. And I was like, oh, okay. All right. And then Justin handed me a shot. JJ then handed me a shot. And it was just, after 3 shots, I was just gone.
I just remember you texting at one point.
Yeah.
And you're like, we might keep partying. We might leave. I'm like, well, why would you leave? You're like, I can't keep going.
No, so that was actually a different night. And we were sitting there and we were talking to them, and like we were leaving first thing in the morning. So we were like, I think I'm gonna we were gonna go back. And Nikki was like, we're gonna go, we're gonna keep going. Do you guys wanna go? And I was like,
No.
Maybe, but I think I'm kind of tired. I think we're gonna go. So yeah, but most of my drunk stories have to do with you.
I mean, it sounds right.
Yeah.
I have like a tendency to get people super drunk. I don't know how I do it. Like my coworkers come out a couple times, and both times she's like drunk.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even say that like you get me drunk, but it's just like we're usually just like sitting there and neither one of us feel it until we like get
Get
up.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's keep drinking. Okay.
Well, and I can handle a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
there are some things I can't handle a lot of, or if I mix, then I can't handle it. But like for the most part, like I can handle it pretty well.
It's hard for me to pick a favorite drunk story just because I feel like I get drunk a lot. One of my favorite drunk stories would probably be the first time I came to Chicago. And it was the first time I met Erickson before you guys were together. And he was the bartender where you worked. And it was like, have this drink. And it's not like a sample. It's like full martini glasses. And so I have at some probably like some kind of mixture of like 7 full mixed drinks and a shot of something that was delicious. But it tasted good the
That
first
was the
time.
birthday cake shot.
Yes. The
He
shit.
gave you like a double birthday cake shot.
He did. And I was like, yeah, I'll take a double. Because again, like I was sitting the whole entire time. And then I stood up because I had to go to the bathroom. And I was like, Ashley. And she had to take me to the bathroom. So I get to the bathroom.
I took you to the back employee bathroom because I was like, you're not going by the customers.
No, somewhere, we'll just say the Chicago Tribune Tower. And I like go into the men's bathroom and I'm in there for like 10 minutes. And I finally hear, I don't know if it was Erickson or if you like opened the door and you were like, are you okay? Because I have such bad acid reflux, as you can hear on this podcast, you are welcome. Like sometimes I can't tell if I'm actually going to get sick or not. So I was afraid to leave the bathroom. And finally, like I drank water out of the sink. I was like, no, I think I'm good. I was just like, okay, we'll walk to my car, which was like 900 miles away, I think. It was really far.
It was not. It was not that far. Wait, no, we didn't. I didn't have my car yet because he and I weren't dating yet.
We were going to Carmen's car.
Well, we were going to the garage, and because I was in my cousin's car.
That's
remember?
right.
Yeah, he and I actually weren't dating yet. That was before, and that was when you were like,
Yeah.
if I didn't know that you weren't together, I would think that you were together.
And you're like, my mom said the same thing. And I'm like, I'm just saying. But yeah, so Ashley walks me like through the Tribune Tower building. We get outside. We're in front of Nordstrom or something.
No, so we leave the store and we go through the Nordstrom Mall building, and then I get you down to the lower level, almost to the car.
I'm like outside.
Literally, you like run outside.
I sprinted. I'm like, I need fresh air. And I just like keeled over and sickness. I'm not going to use descriptive words, just a lot of sickness and a lot of mixed flavors coming out of my nose and mouth. And all of a sudden, I feel like somebody patting my back. And I'm like, okay, Ashley's not affectionate. She's not fucking touching me. And so I look over and it's this woman, like probably in her 40s or 50s, blonde hair, also drunk. And she was like, oh, it's okay. You just have to let it all out. And I'm like, thank you.
Sober. I'm stone cold sober because I couldn't drink there. So I'm sober. And I'm just like, he'll be all right. He's fine. I'm here, so she can't do anything.
I just remember stopping on the way home. I don't remember if we went to like Target or like a Walgreens or something.
We went to like 3 different grocery stores trying to find one that was open so we could get frozen pizza.
Yes. And she found one with like a whole bunch of pepperoni so I could absorb all the shit. And it was delicious. And I never let Erickson make me a drink again.
That's a lie.
Did I?
He's made you a drink before since then, but it's at home, so it's not as
Oh,
bad.
he did make me one at the hotel on New Year's.
Yeah, true.
Different.
And then I gave you champagne, and then it was all over from there.
Wow.
Because we're having mixed drinks at the bar, and then they gave us champagne at the bar, and I was like okay with that one glass.
Did you see what I sent you, by the way?
I haven't opened it.
I sent it to you so you can post it, but I feel like we should also talk about it. I don't think it's sent. Oh, I'm so mad.
Oh, it did. I got it. You're talking. Okay, so yeah.
Did you get the bill?
Huh?
Did you get the bill? I don't think it's sent.
I only
sending
got
it.
the 2 videos.
I don't remember this.
Wait, what?
Our
Our
bill,
bill was $300?
$290.49 on New Year's, and we had appetizers. We didn't eat, so that was all alcohol.
I don't remember that. I didn't think we had that much to drink.
Well, somebody ordered 3 Moscow malt.
That was Becca.
That was Becca.
Oh, wait, no. That was Erickson. I think Erickson got all the Moscow mules.
Do you remember New
Yes,
Year's?
that was
I don't.
him. I remember everything that I don't remember this bill, but I remember everything else that happened.
I was like going through my memory so I could find videos, and I'm like, what the fuck is that?
I remember everything. I don't remember this, but I remember everything else. And then the next morning on New Year's, those sirens were going.
Whatever the fuck that was.
Pissed.
Like, all you can hear is the sirens, and you just hear Becca going, what the fuck?
And it was the first, Tuesday or Wednesday of the month. And that's when the tornado siren test goes off.
It didn't even sound like a tornado siren. It sounded like the purge.
I was like, what? It is 7 o'clock in the morning. Come on. What are you doing on New Year's Day? Y'all know we were all out last night.
Yes.
Come on. Do it tomorrow.
I feel like we've been on the story for like 20 minutes, but it's so good.
It's fine. It's such a good story. So good. So what is the last text in your phone, and read it? Don't include the one you just said.
Okay. So it is actually from a friend of mine who is a drag queen and one of the sisters from the Cincinnati Sisters. And it says, honest thoughts. No, this was just practice. And it's a picture of a half and half face that I really dig. And I need to reply to this, actually.
Well, mine is from my husband.
Oh.
And it's because nothing scandalous because we've been together. But it's because I was on the phone and I needed to talk to him. And it was about how Apple gave us a refund on a movie that we rented because, first they told me that I wasn't going to get it, and then they said that I might get it. But we rented this movie, and we watched it one time, and then I went to go watch it, because, they give you, 48 hours to, watch it or whatever from the first time that you play it. So I went to go watch it a second time, and it wouldn't play, at all. And I was just going back and forth with Apple, and then I was telling him that we got the refund.
We got it.
Accurate. Boring. We're boring. It's fine.
Fuck, marry, and kill the 3 Jonas Brothers that matter.
So fuck, marry, kill, Jonas Brothers edition. I would marry Nick because he's Nick. And then I don't know. I feel like I would fuck Kevin.
What?
I love Kevin. I love Joe, though, too. It's so hard.
I'm just saying Joe could love me.
You can have Joe, and I'll have Kevin.
Well, I can't have Joe because you're fucking killing him. So
let's do this too. Yours, mine, or ours, Jonas Brothers edition. Nick is mine. You can have Joe, and we'll share Kevin.
You can have Kevin.
Kevin was so sweet when we met them, though. Okay, but when we met them, I'm just going to put this out there that Nick and I were vibing while Erickson, Kevin, and Joe were vibing over on the other side. It was pretty great.
Vibing means her pussy was vibrating. America.
Okay, your fuck, marry, kill is Taylor Momsen, Christina Aguilera, or Maria. I don't remember her last name.
This one?
Yeah, from In This Moment, Maria.
Oh my god, I don't want to play this game. Fuck Christina. Marry. Oh my god. Marry Maria and kill Taylor.
Wow.
I love you, Taylor.
I'm actually
That didn't
really
go how I thought that was gonna
surprised
go.
by that.
I was surprised. I really had to think about it. I'm devastated. I'm mourning right now. I don't know if you can tell.
No, I can't tell.
I have my black veil on.
So if we're gonna do yours, mine, and ours, mine would be, I don't know, who would you want?
Out of yours?
No, of yours. Like
Taylor.
of the three.
There we go. I just made up for it. Taylor.
Mine. Well, damn, I was gonna say Taylor too.
Then she can be ours. Taylor can be ours.
Okay, and then I'll take Christina.
That's fine.
You can have Maria. What is your favorite time of year and your favorite holiday?
Fall, and favorite holiday is, of course, Halloween.
This is why we're friends, because same.
What would your warning label say? Name at least 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 things. I ran out of languages. I only know 2.
Warning label is first thing, do not engage before I've had my coffee. Second thing, make sure I have wine. Third thing, is the nicest bitch you will ever meet.
We love Sammy Sweetheart from Jersey Shore, darling.
Actually, I had a lot of people compare me to Sammy when that was on.
Mine would be... Oh, God. Mine would be spring loaded, coffee not included, and choking hazard.
Choking hazard. I
just breathed so hard, I'm gonna pass out. Your face needs to go on a t-shirt.
That is one thing I have to say is, as long as we've been best friends, we have never actually like seen each other naked. I'm very proud of us. Because I feel like that's such a thing. Like, I feel like best friends accidentally see each other naked.
Yes.
But, like, we've never done that.
Almost, at the doctor's office. She was like, does he need to leave? You're like, no, he's good. She's like, are you sure?
I was like, he's gay. It doesn't matter.
Well, she was trying to get me to leave so you could answer, like, domestic violence questions. I was like, we don't live together. Also,
I was like,
she beats me, so.
Would you ever be in a porno / do you watch porn?
Should we still run from... What is the weirdest thing you've ever heard Mark say?
A lot.
Okay, part 1 answer to this question. I would probably want the... I would probably be one of those celebrities if I ever did get famous accidentally. Please don't make me famous. That would have a leak just because of like single Mark was very willing, like not with other people, just like solo clips. But if I would ever like make one, like, is it saying like actually like with another person and release it? Probably not. If circumstances were different, maybe, but no, not like current.
What circumstances?
Like my mental health, my finances, the world as a whole, and how they view sex workers. But right.
Okay, but like, that's not what we're talking about.
We're talking about like present world, present me.
No, we're just talking about like, you know, like, would you ever do a porno? The answer is yeah. I can see it written all over your face.
Yeah.
See, I don't.
Really?
Mm-mm. Nobody ever believes me. I've never, I mean, like, obviously, unless I'm watching a movie and it's in the, like, and like sex scene is in the movie, Unless you consider that porn.
No.
No, right. I also feel like because it's so unrealistic, like, you watch like documentaries on certain things and like they'll talk about it in like certain aspects or whatever, and they show certain clips, I guess, if you want to consider that watching it. But like it just seems so unrealistic to me. And like this one guy that I slept with, like I almost kind of felt like he was trying to make it into like what that was like. I just don't like it. So
It's like school for me. I just keep learning more and more.
I don't learn anything. I like to keep it, like, I'm pretty open about it, but at the same time, like, certain things stay private.
I think it's just because this is going to sound too cocky. Never mind.
Say it.
So I saw myself in a bathroom mirror once, and it changed me, because I think before I was like super self-conscious. I'm like, oh my God, like I don't ever want to be like filmed. Like, what if I'm making ugly faces? What if it doesn't look like how hot I'm picturing in my mind? And we were both looked great in that mirror. So I think that was kind of like, oh, like, okay, like we look as hot as it feels. Thank you for getting kinky with Mark and Ashley. This is What the F Are We Doing podcast, and you can still fuck yourself.
Or just drink some wine. That works too. It's just as good.
Either way, bottoms up.